So now that the dust has settled, a new year has arrived and Apple Intelligence is finally here. How is the iPhone 16 Pro holding up this far down the road? Let's talk about it. So I'm not going to go over every specification and detail about this phone because I have covered it in my award-winning video, and if you want to see that, check out the link below in the description. And personally, I'm a fan of the smaller 16 Pro. I'm not really a Max guy myself, so take that into account when watching this video, but that really doesn't affect anything other than battery life. So as far as the design and durability goes, I mean, obviously this year we didn't see much change, and in terms of durability, the phone has been fine. It's got a titanium frame, I rock it with a case and a screen protector, and realistically, I haven't noticed anything alarming when it comes to durability. I mean, sure, there might be a little ding here or there, but the phone is fine. Now, of course, I would love to see something different this year in the design department from Apple, but as far as I'm concerned, this design language right here is classic Apple, and like, it's just kind of been a staple of their iPhone experience for the last several years. The 6.3-inch display has been great. I mean, the thing looks awesome, and realistically, having slimmer bezels this year, there isn't really a perceivable difference in the iPhone experience because of that. It's just kind of a nice little spec bump. Now, along with the design, we did have one new hardware feature pop up this year, and that was camera control. Now, this is a button on the side of the phone that is used specifically to control the camera, and for me personally, I just don't gravitate towards it. There's nothing that pulls me towards using the feature on a daily basis. I use it as a shutter button when in the camera app, but most of the time, it's just something that I kind of accidentally press, and I want to get more out of it, but like I said, there's just nothing that draws me personally towards using it. But while new hardware features are nice and all, the real shift this year isn't in the design, it's in the software. This year, Apple placed a huge focus on Apple Intelligence, which gives you AI-driven features on your iPhone. You can do things like photo editing, image generation, custom emojis, writing styles. Siri is actually smarter because of the help of ChatGPT, so it's all pretty cool stuff. I'm not one to use these features a ton. I'm probably not the demographic for it, but honestly, the more people I talk to about it, the less I find that are using these things from Apple Intelligence on a regular basis. Sure, there are cool features like photo editing where you can remove objects out of your photos to clean things up a little bit, and it's a really nice feature that works pretty good. And then we do have like image generation where you can take anything out of your mind and create a beautiful image from it just by typing into a text box. It's pretty cool stuff, but how many people are using that stuff enough to warrant buying the phone for it? Honestly, I'm glad it's there. I'd rather have it than not, but I don't think that Apple Intelligence is the reason people are buying this phone. And if you want a full breakdown of some of the top Apple Intelligence features, I've created a comparison video which I will link in the description for you. But really, Apple did put a lot of emphasis on AI and how these phones are kind of built for it. So I assume this isn't the last we'll hear of Apple Intelligence, and the feature set will probably continue to grow. On that note, if you don't buy the iPhone for its software, surely you're picking it up for the camera and battery life, right? When it comes to the camera system, there haven't been any software updates that have come through that have changed it in any noticeable way, at least in my opinion. But that's really not a bad thing because this camera has been a consistent performer from day one out of the box. Front-facing camera included, the performance all around from the iPhone 16 Pro's camera system is just awesome. I mean, it's probably not the best smartphone camera, but it's definitely a top contender for sure. Photos look great out of the camera, and there's really only a difference of opinion if you compare it side by side with another phone. I mean, but on its own, the shots I've taken look great. I haven't had any major annoyances with the camera system myself. I think that the whole package is just really nice, and at this point, it's not rocket science for Apple, and they've kind of been going on a model of if it's not broken, don't fix it. They're not reinventing the wheel every year with their camera systems, but they just do a great job out of the box, and I think people can appreciate that. So with everything here, we got the updated camera system, Apple Intelligence, iOS 18, some new hardware features. How is the battery life? So with the 6.3-inch iPhone 16 Pro, easily makes it through a day of heavy use, no problems at all, with about 20 to 30% left on the battery. Obviously, if you get to like a Pro Max model, that battery life is going to be extended a little bit there, but I've been pretty happy overall with the performance of the battery life on the iPhone 16 Pro. So this far down the road, how are things looking? Realistically, the iPhone 16 Pro is still a great smartphone even this far down the road, but if you're looking for another nice pickup, the iPhone 15 Pro offers virtually the same experience with Apple Intelligence for a little less money, so that's something to consider. But if you want the latest and greatest, the iPhone 16 Pro is where it's at, and it definitely delivers.